Welcome to the Daily Energize Podcast, where you'll get a jolt of energy and a quick tip to help you conquer your day. Now here's your host, the Prince of Positivity himself, Spencer Jones.
Hey Energizer, welcome to this episode of the Daily Energize, the show that is here to give you a jolt of energy and hopefully a quick tip to help you live your life to the max. It is I, as always, your host, Spencer Jones, the Prince of Positivity here, giving you that little jolt of energy, and I hope it's helpful. Hopefully it helps you out. Well, today's episode, the quick tip for today, is all about the power of connection and the energy of connections. Building relationships and having connections, relationships with people makes such a huge difference in our lives. And you could probably just reflect on your own life and realize how true that is with your family, with friends, with coworkers. Having that connection makes such a big difference. And as humans, we crave that connection. We crave to be part of a community. If you look back, especially in the early 1900s, 1800s, 1900s, that's why so many people went to churches, is because they wanted to be part of a community. And then over the last 30 to 50 years, people started separating themselves from the church and different things have happened. Now, whatever your stance is on religion, cool, but people crave community. Like, I don't know about you, I like being part of a group that loves me, that cares for me, that knows I exist, right? I feel seen, heard, and felt. And that's why I love our Energizer family so much, because we are there for one another. And we have this amazing virtual community, right? We can connect with people literally all around the world. And that's one reason why we're starting the Energizer chapters. And if you don't know what that's about, that's okay. We're just starting to roll this out. And depending on when this episode comes out, maybe we've rolled it out at this point officially or not. But I'll give you a little insider info in case you haven't heard about it. But basically, the Energizer chapters are local chapters, local get-togethers of Energizers that will, they'll have monthly training, a get-together, we'll do service projects. But basically, it's a way to grow our community locally, right? So now not only are we expanding virtually so we can meet and hang out virtually with everyone, but now you can connect with someone locally and have that connection with someone face-to-face, because the power of face-to-face is so much stronger than virtual. But anyway, I digress, right? You can look up, you can go to wearejonesand4.com/energizer-chapters, or just go to We Are Jones and 4, click on the chapters tab, and you can get all the info there. You can join a chapter that's close to you, or if there's not one close to you, you could start one. But in any case, that's not what this episode is about. This episode is about the power of connections. I want to share this really cool research I found. There's tons and tons of research out there about connections, but I want to share this one. So the World Health Organization found that individuals lacking in social connections, they didn't give like what the social connections were, what bar, but individuals that are lacking social connections have a 30% higher risk of early death. Now that risk is comparable to smoking, excessive drinking, obesity. And that's all just from having a connection, social connections, relationships with people. I'm not talking necessarily romantic relationships. I'm just talking about feeling seen, heard, and felt. So my question to you is, how are your connections? How are your relationships? Do you have people around you and do you not? Now, I know some people love to have lots of people and they seem to be social butterflies like me in many ways, where I have lots of connections. And that's great for me. But for some of you, I know even for Katie, that's not the case. That's draining. She'd much rather have just a small handful. And for me, I have a small handful of inner circle, but I have lots of connections. But Katie, she likes it small. And that's beautiful, but she still has those connections. So whether it's a lot of people or a few people, build those connections, have those connections. And so, do you have them? And if not, Well, I'm going to challenge you to connect with some people. Now, maybe you already have connections, but life happens and, life gets busy and all of a sudden we stop checking in and it's 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, a year or more later, and we've stopped connecting. It's time just to connect again. And that could be, you can send a message, a text, a phone call, an email, reach out to a person and just say, hey, I'm thinking about you. It's amazing what happens with just simple messages like that. And you could cultivate and strengthen those connections, those bonds, by listening, actively listening to them, not just listening to respond, but being there, listening, being present with them, and just sharing your gratitude for them. Even the gratitude, hey, I'm thinking about you. No, it's random, just reaching out. I appreciate you, thinking of you. I hope you have an awesome day. It does wonders. There's so much strength with connections and the power of connection. It's incredible. And the research backs it up. So this week, I invite you to reach out to 3 people and connect with them. Maybe it's been a recent connection or one that kind of fell through the cracks. But reach out and connect. And keep on the lookout for those Energizer chapters. Just go to wearejonesand4.com, look up the chapters, and join one close to you, or feel free to become a leader and start your own. The power of connection is incredible. You have this amazing light to share, and so do others. When we combine and connect our lights, it's amazing what we can do. So keep shining your beautiful light and build those powerful connections. All right, that's all I got for today. Please hit follow and subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. And until next time, I will catch you later.